was the headline. Surprised, unknown, underdog, confounded the experts. We're going to do the same thing because people are getting it. People are understanding. And we're going to send a message to Congress, to the liberal media, and President Obama, that even in California, when you understand things are out of control, they need to get under control. I would ask that if you like my message, you find 3 other voters who probably won't go to the poll, and make sure they go to the poll. Because this race is going to be won by just a few hundred votes, you know, maybe a dozen votes, maybe 1 vote. This is going to be so close. I've had probably close to $1.5 million spent against them on negative TV ads that are lying, on direct mail, at least 12 to 15 direct mail pieces that are the most outrageous, deceptive lies, taking my words, twisting them, distorting them. It's the most negative campaign I've ever seen. Now, I try to go ahead with this with integrity and stay out of that and talk about these issues. And at the town halls that I'm going to be having in the South Bay, you're going to see something similar to this. So I would hope that you would find 3 people who normally won't, because that will win this election. And that will shock everybody. And when we talk about this, if you really are interested, we could use help with people walking precincts. Bill can help you do that. I mean, it's so easy, 1 block or an hour or 2 hours. And you go with 2 people and they tell you what to do. It could be a game changer in this election. If you can't walk, telephone. We can give you a list of people to telephone. And you know what? If you got Facebook, I need friends. And we need to get as many people on Facebook out on election day. And then letters to the editor and blogging. So many people have come to my defense. You know, I can't sit back and try to defend myself on all these different things. If somebody asks, I will, but you know, I got to keep my energy to the issues. But I like to have an army. Some of you may have written some of these letters. God bless you guys. It's been so great. So, Bill, you got questions?
Yeah, I got a couple questions. Just about finished.
I'm done.
Okay, very good. Very good. We have a couple of questions that are interesting. First, why have you not received support from the environmental groups? And that's the first question. And the second is, what is your plan for green jobs?
Okay, that's great. Let's answer both of those quickly. One is because the environmental groups have consistently 100% of the time backed the liberal Democratic candidates. They never asked me my opinion. They never talked to me about the environment. And so I don't have any of their endorsements. Number 2, what do I want to do with green jobs? Everybody believes that if green jobs are viable, we should have them. I love the idea of alternative energy. I do not believe that it should be subsidized by businesses and taxpayers. I do not believe that it should get for example, I'll give you the best example. Many of those who promote green jobs want to find ways of increasing gasoline price to about $6 a gallon so we can all drive electric cars. That should not be. Electric cars have to develop in the free market. The free market has served us well in every other situation, ushering in new technology. I believe it will do that. Not the political favors that it currently is experiencing. The green jobs that Janice Hahn, I've alluded to those before, they're fictitious, fiction. You know, somehow taking away the military and you know, taking aerospace and turning it into a windmill in every corner is not going to happen.
Excellent. Do you support the Ryan plan to Medicare into a volunteer system?
Good question.
It's
On the
about
Ryan plan, which has been a very controversial thing in regards to Medicare. Medicare is one of those things that everybody agrees that if people who are in their 30s, 20s, if they're going to get it, something has to be done. Everybody agrees that with Medicare that if we wait another 10 years before something is done, we will have most of our tax money going paying Medicare. Here's what I believe. Number one, I believe that we gotta be able to guarantee to every senior without any doubt that anybody who is over 55, their Medicare as is untouchable. That they should not have the fear, the fear tactics, of people getting phone calls, and then we getting phone calls at our campaign office saying, do you want to take away my Medicare? I live on my Medicare. That, the pressure is immoral to me, unethical, and nobody's ever said that. Number two, for those under 50 or 55, there has to be changes. What those changes are, I'm not, I don't have specifics on that, but they have to be changed. And part of that change might be found in the Ryan plan, it might be found in something else, but it has to be changed because it's unsustainable. And then the other key is that most people aren't talking about is doctor after doctor after doctor is leaving Medicare. If you're on Medicare now, you probably have noticed it's not fun, and believe me, 2 years, 3 years from now, it's going to be a national disaster. Yeah.
That happened to us.
Yeah, did it?
Our doctor stopped taking me here in El Segundo.
Yeah.
We had a different plan.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it is not a pretty thing, and we've got to make changes. Yeah.
Where do you rank in terms of domestic priorities, dependency on foreign oil, and do you consider it a national security issue?
Well, yeah, dependency on national oil is a international and national security issue. The fact is, we just released 30-day supply of our petroleum that we keep as a reserve. That's ridiculous. That's for emergencies. It's just a political move to get gasoline there. It's like a little Band-Aid, but it has negative consequences. It's like taking your IRA and borrowing a little bit of money from your IRA and pretending it doesn't have any consequences. It does. What we have to do is we have to open up North Dakota and Alaska and these other areas for natural gas and for gasoline exploration and development. We have to open up. The assault on gas exploration has again been historic, but you know what? Not only will it bring down our gasoline prices, it'll stop us giving billions of dollars every year to terrorists that want to kill us. How insane is that? It doesn't make any sense. So I believe in energy freedom by drilling.
Love this question. When elected, what committee or committees would you like to be on or believe you would be the best fit?
I would like to be on small business, banking. I would like to be on something that deals with commerce, because my business expertise, that's going to be 70-75% of what I'm in there fighting for.
Next question runs parallel to that. How can Social Security and Medicare be kept viable if the federal budget is reduced?
The thing is, if Social Security and Medicare doesn't have changes now. You see that, my son over here, Caleb? He knows full well that he's not going to get it. You know? I mean, really, in order to be able to save it, you gotta change it. And you gotta come up with ways of changing it. Pretending it doesn't exist is what's happening. It's like the fantasy politics of Los Angeles. Who cares if we pass more taxes? Who cares if we pass more regulations? Who cares? We'll just keep spending and spending. It'll come out of nowhere. Well, the same thing. You can say, Oh my gosh, and that's exactly what a lot of people say. I won't ever talk about Social Security because it's so politically damaging. Well, I tell you what, you gotta make tough decisions. You don't hurt seniors, you don't hurt people, you come up with a better idea that is sustainable. Let me just end with this part of it. When I have a business, a department, and they run amok, and they have something like Social Security or deficits or whatever, if they have this deficit, I come in there, I say, you're losing me money. Stop it. What happens if about a quarter I come back and they are losing me money? They're fired. We gotta fire these career politicians that don't care. All they care about is the next election, the next special interest payment from some special interest group, the next picture in front of some camper. Maybe we have one or maybe two.
Just about it. Is the Federal Reserve a private concern? And if so, what can the federal government do to control the Federal Reserve?
Well, the Federal Reserve, like I mentioned, has usually been off everybody's target. It is a private concern, but it acts as a government entity. It has governmental influence. It has to be audited, and it has to be controlled. That's something.
This is a library, and they close early at 8 o'clock. Ask that you be courteous to keep the noise down because people are still reading and studying. We want to thank everyone for attending.
Oh, Bill, can I say one more thing? I hope you guys do volunteer to help walk and talk and find those voters. If that's all you do, I'm beyond grateful for that effort. But I do have a bit of a problem right now. And that is Nancy Pelosi came in here, Janice Hahn flew back from New York, and all the top Democratic leaders held fundraising dinners for her. The special interests are pouring money into the direct mail. I'm not getting help from hardly anybody. You know, it's like we don't exist. And so I can't run my TV commercials and my radio commercials right now. We're struggling. I'm going to be on the phone for hours tomorrow, trying to find some people to give some money. We're short in our total budget of about $180,000. We are short of being able to run those commercials by about $75,000 to $80,000. So if any of you could help out even with $1 or $5, believe me, that would be part of what we need to be able to get this campaign done. Because I tell you, I will beat Janice Hahn. I will beat Janice Hahn. We just need to make sure our game plan. I don't need all she has. We've got all we need. We got the people.
Excellent. Anybody wants the yard signs? These are the last of 5,000 there. Thank you.